Hello Gemini, this is Amanda with Big Empress Energy. Today I'm here to do a reading for March 2024. This is going to be a collective reading for all those concerned with Gemini. So it's not a one-to-one reading, so if something doesn't resonate with you, just go ahead and leave it. Don't try to make something fit that doesn't fit. Just leave it for someone else and take what does resonate with you. If you do want a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below for that. And let's begin. Gemini, March 2024, please. That's too many. Gemini for March 2024. Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of work. Oh, Gemini. Okay. This is gonna go in the middle here. Right. You know what? My spirit guides are telling me to keep that in the reverse, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Gemini for March 2024, please. Gemini, March 2024, please. Thank you, spirit guides, guardian angels. Can you please give me the cards that I need to see for Gemini in March 2024, please? Okay, Gemini. Seeing a lot of healing here. March 2024, please. What else I see is you had the Three of Swords in the beginning of the month this month. So you're definitely, and also this could be something, more so the beginning of the year as a whole. You've been in a little bit of heartbreak. Your heart is hurting. But what I see for you this month is taking some time for yourself and working to heal that, because we have the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is that healing that comes after the Three of Swords. All right, we have the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. Gemini for March 2024. We have the Five of Swords. All right, Gemini. Let's begin here. Honestly, I'm having a bit of trouble with my throat right now, and I just did a reading and I had no issue with it. So you might want to try like a meditation for your throat chakra. Because it's feeling a little blocked, if I'm being honest. So if you're having trouble, speaking your truth and standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself, definitely go ahead and try a throat chakra meditation. So at the bottom of the deck for this month, the whole theme is the Hermit, which is obviously with a name like the Hermit, right? It means, being alone to some degree. But the Hermit is more than that. He goes out, he has people in his life, but he realizes that there's so much more that he needs to learn, and that the only way he can learn those things is going within. So I definitely see you this month going within and focusing on healing this, this Three of Swords energy. With this 3 to the 4. You're definitely working to heal some of that. All right. I do see you finding balance with Temperance here, working to find balance between this heartbreak and this pain that you've been suffering from, and just burying yourself in work with this Eight of Pentacles. And you know what? Temperance is about alchemy as well. So it could be that you are taking this heartbreak and you're turning it into something that you can really be proud of, something really beautiful, you know? And that in and of itself can be a really healing thing, Gemini. So I hope that's what this is referring to. But definitely just be cognizant of throwing yourself in work to deny your feelings or to try to avoid having those feelings, okay? Because heartbreak and pain like this needs to be dealt with. You can't just bury it and expect it to go away. This is something that has to be worked through. Okay. So, interesting. You know what I just realized too? Going this way, we have the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. So I definitely see you leveling up this month, Gemini. You're working towards moving past this. You're working towards healing. What you should be careful though, as the 5 of Swords can sometimes mean self-destruction or kind of a winning at all cost mentality. And although I see you leveling up from this 3 of Swords to the 4 of Swords to the 5 of Swords, which is important, that's working through this type of pain. While I see you leveling up and growing and expanding beyond this pain, you do need to be a little bit careful of maybe, lashing out is coming in for me right now, of maybe lashing out on people that don't deserve it, or maybe choosing to self-destruct. You know, it could be, you know, using substances, just any form of escapism, or maybe saying things that you don't mean. Just try to be careful of dealing with it. Just try really hard to deal with this, you know, as much as it hurts, which I'm coming out of this energy myself. So I know this is easier said than done when your heart feels totally shattered. But as much as it hurts, you have to work towards feeling those feelings, because otherwise they're never going to go away. They're always going to be underlining the surface, and they're always going to cause self-destruction. If this is love-related, I see you healing from, you know, the heartbreak in whatever connection you were in. And honestly, that is what this feels like to me, this 3 of Swords. It feels almost like, it feels like true heartbreak, like maybe a breakup in a connection. But I see you, you know, focusing on why. With the Hermit and the 4 of Swords here, you're focusing on why what happened. You're focusing on figuring out your part in it, their part in it, you know, and trying to learn from the experience. But with this 5 of Swords here, I just think you should be a little bit careful. Just a little bit, just paying a little extra attention to feeling your feelings and not letting it bleed out into other areas of your life. And when I lifted up the Hermit here, what I saw underneath was the Devil. So this is, you know, this is bad habits. This is substance abuse. This is toxic relationships. This is self-destruction. If there was a card solely for self-destruction, the Devil is that. This is obsession. This is fixating on things that aren't healthy for us. This is allowing things that aren't healthy for us in. And with this 5 of Swords and this 3 of Cups, I suggest that you are, you know, a little extra cautious of who you allow into your energy as well, Gemini. Because you could have some people that maybe don't have the best intentions around you. They don't have your best interest in mind. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're taking that stance on purpose. They might not have their own best interests in mind either. So just who you allow into your energy with this Hermit and this 4 of Swords is very, very important. And if you need to be alone, that is okay, Gemini. Like, being alone is such a healing thing, and you can learn from past experiences and plan better for the future when you find balance alone. But with this 4 of Swords and this 3 of Cups, I see you Well, we have the Seven of Wands here, and my spirit guides told me to keep this in the reverse as it came out. I don't usually read reversals unless they kind of flop out in reverse. My cards are always upright, especially with this deck, the Wild Unknown tarot deck. The person who made it, in the beginning, they wrote that they don't read reversals, and so they didn't really make the deck to be read in reversals. So I, for whatever reason, that stuck out in my head, and I just haven't really read the reversals in these, but my guides told me to leave this in the reverse. And the Seven of Wands is all about fighting for what you believe in. In the traditional Rider-Waite, this man is standing up on some elevated ground, and he's actually wearing two different shoes, so you can tell that he's caught off guard by this, but there are six swords. Wow, okay. I don't know why that came through. Six wands, pointing at him. So there are obviously people trying to get him, trying to attack him. He has those two different shoes, so he was a little caught off guard, and he has a wand of his own. And he's defending himself. So the Seven of Wands sometimes can mean, like, blocking, like a blockage, like an emotional blockage, or maybe physically blocking someone, like on social media or through the phone, or just being, very guarded and defensive towards others. But the fact that this is in reverse shows me that maybe you're letting that guard down a little bit. You're letting that guard down, and you're focusing on healing. And this card actually came up in Libra's reading. So if you have any Libra in your chart, you should probably check that out. But this lamb here has her third eye opening up. So with this four swords, she has four swords pointing down at her. But she knows that she's divinely protected. She's not worried. She's not concerned. Those four swords can stay right where they are. She's divinely protected. And what I get from this card, actually, or I haven't really gotten it before now, but just like a kind of a small spiritual awakening, like maybe opening up to the fact that you don't necessarily know everything, or connecting more so with the divine. I could see you possibly doing that this month. And if you're here watching this video, obviously you're open to some degree of spirituality. So definitely focus on yourself this month, but also maybe like work to build a deeper connection with the divine, or with your higher self, with this Hermit and this Four of Swords. But you also have the Three of Cups here, which could be a reunion. It could be a reunion with someone from your past, Traditionally, the Rider-Waite imagery, it's three women. They're supposed to be the three fates, but they're all together. It's basically a celebration. There's a harvest all around them. Everything's lush, and they're kind of dancing. So I could see this as maybe like lightening up a bit, like becoming a little more lighthearted, and trying to let some of this energy out in a more productive way. And with the Seven of Wands in reverse, I could see you maybe letting some trusted people in, Okay, and then the other interpretation that I was getting from this is maybe with the Hermit and the Four of Swords here, maybe not so much focusing on the emotional release through other people, or through socializing, or maybe even drinking, like the Three of Cups can be like drinking with friends, it could be a party. So maybe focusing, especially with the Devil here, focusing a little more on healing from this, and not so much involving other people as a way to escape it. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna have to heal from this. But with the Seven of Wands here, I see you, letting important people that have your best interest at heart, letting those people in, and kind of expressing how you've been feeling, expressing everything that happened in an honest way. And with Temperance, finding balance. But towards the end of the month here, you have the Ace of Wands, which is awesome. This is a burst of passion, a burst of excitement. Sometimes this can represent, a very physically attraction-focused connection. So it's possible that maybe, you'll meet somebody. It's also possible that, you'll find some, like, creative excitement, something that makes you want to create, wants to explore, try new things. A burst of energy, a burst of creativity. So very cool. You have a new beginning in that. And especially if you're still kind of stuck in this 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords energy, and you need to focus on healing, which I see you doing here. Creative outlets are one of the best things you can do. Earlier when I said that I'm just recently coming out of this 3 of Swords energy, one of the biggest things that helped me through it is tarot, which can be, creative in its own way, but writing and painting actually has been really helpful. Also, I've been trying to learn something new every day and trying to learn, some music, stuff like that. Just creative outlets are so therapeutic, and I cannot recommend it enough. So if you're in this 3 of Swords energy, try to, pursue something creative, something that makes you feel good about yourself, something that doesn't rely on other people, something that you can do alone with this Hermit and this 4 of Swords, which, painting, drawing, sketching, those sorts of things can do that for you. If you like to write poetry or even just fiction or, just journaling, stuff like that is so good. I like to bake. If you like to bake or cook, those things can also be really rewarding and therapeutic. So definitely try to find something that, sparks this for you, sparks your wand, lights your fire a little bit. And I see you doing so with this King of Wands, because the King of Wands goes after what he wants. He has this Ace of Wands. He's the master of the suit of wands. And he has found that passion and he has harnessed it. And he knows what makes him passionate, and he goes after that, and he does that because he knows it makes him feel good. It helps him be a leader, someone who just goes after what he wants. He knows what lights his fire. So I can definitely see you figuring out what the universe is offering you with this burst of creativity, this burst of passion. Now, with the 5 of Swords, I do kind of see this as a warning, to be honest with you. I see this whole row as a warning to some degree. The 8 of Pentacles typically isn't a negative card, but with the Temperance in the middle and the 3 of Swords, I see you possibly drowning yourself in work, drowning yourself in something, that can just consume all of your time, but not actually healing from this 3 of Swords. So, Gemini, I really feel like you need to feel those feelings. You need to focus on why it hurts, what happened, what went wrong, and what you can do differently in the future, And, you have 2 3s here, that could represent, a third-party situation in a relationship. Now, that doesn't have to be another partner. That could be, substance abuse issues. Like there's a third energy coming in and interfering in your connection. It could be working too hard. It could be a child's mother or father, interfering with your new connections, stuff like that. You definitely need to let your guard down, Gemini, because with this pain and stuff, I get the impression that, like, if this were upright, I get the impression that this is, guarding your heart. But it's in reverse. And as far as advice goes, I just see you, like, letting that guard down to a degree and allowing yourself to feel those feelings. And doing so through, what makes you feel good about yourself, what makes you feel like a leader, feel powerful, what sparks, this wand, what offers you passion, what gives you passion. Sorry, I'm struggling with my words a bit here, Gemini. And honestly, I really, if you're having like blockages in your throat chakra, I really feel like you should do a throat chakra meditation, because I have just had trouble with wording and expressing myself the way I want to this entire reading. So definitely, you know, even if you don't, just try it and see if it helps with your power, you know, if it helps make you feel better. What have you got to lose, you know? But this whole row, what I was saying is I do see it as a bit of a warning. Burying yourself in work, maybe going out and drinking with friends or partying to try to forget this Three of Swords. And then this Five of Swords is that self-destruction. It's these two things, you know, it's winning at all costs, no matter who you hurt, working to get what you want, even if it brings everybody around you down. So just try to be cautious of maybe people that embody this energy, you know, people that they don't care if they hurt you, they get what they want, you know, or they'll use you. Be very cautious of people like that around you, but also be cautious of, because you're hurting, hurt people. And Gemini, just be careful to not hurt others because you're hurting. You know, it's really through this passion and this healing that this is gonna go away. This Three of Swords goes away in time. I thought I would never stop hurting. And it still hurts when I think about it, you know. I'll still get this feeling sometimes, but it does get better. It does get easier, and the more you accept how you feel and try to turn it towards something positive, like Temperance here, use alchemy with the energies to try to shape it into something that is actually really beautiful for you. And for others, you know. Sometimes what helps me when I'm hurting is just doing nice things for other people. It makes me feel better about myself. It's something I'm passionate about, and when you help others, it's almost like helping yourself, in the same way that when you hurt others, it hurts yourself. You hurt yourself when you hurt others, unless you're a sociopath, which you're here, Gemini. I'm really hoping you're not a sociopath. You obviously have some level of self-awareness to be here for this reading, so... this reading is getting really long. Obviously, there's a lot of emotional pain and stuff, so I just wanted to address all of that and give all the messages that I was getting. So I'm doing something new, and I'm using the Oracle of Visions Oracle deck that I have here to draw one card of advice for you. So I'm going to go ahead and see what Spirit has for you to focus on right now. What does Gemini need to focus on to promote healing and connection to the universe and expansion? What does Gemini need to focus on? Okay. All right, Gemini. Okay, so we have number 8. I remember this card, but I don't totally remember the meaning, so I'm going to go to that. There's a quote at the beginning of each of these, so I'll read that first. This card represents goals, dedication, and process. And what that is telling me is you need to be dedicated to healing. You need to turn this kind of pain into achieving goals, achieving things that make you feel passionate, and not channel it all into self-destructive coping mechanisms. And again, this could also be other people in your circle that are a little self-destructive, you know, people at work and friends, you know, that maybe might not have your best interest at heart. You need to distance yourself from those people, you know, and take some time for yourself to heal through this, Gemini. But so it's goals, dedication, and process. And the quote is, when we are motivated by goals that have deep meaning, by dreams that need completion, by pure love that needs expressing, then we truly live life. By Greg Anderson. So, in a larger metaphysical sense, our journey through life is said to be full of transformation from an imperfect, corruptible state towards a perfect, healthy, and everlasting state. What does not kill us makes us stronger. Absolutely. Thus, painful or difficult changes that we endure can, in theory, burnish us in a spiritual sense to a high golden shine. I'm loving how relevant this is. We can also seek out knowledge, opportunity, and challenge. Sorry, it's just totally connecting. It is not necessary to merely allow life to happen to us. In this scene, an alchemist, which temperance is alchemy, I love this. In this scene, an alchemist serves as an analogy for striving to achieve an end goal through study, experimentation, dedication, and perseverance. His facial markings trace the beginning and end points of his quest, from base lead through its various stages of purification of the soul to gold. The symbol for gold appears in the center of his forehead. Sorry. Where the third eye chakra is perceived to be, which there is third eye illumination here. I definitely think you need to connect to your spiritual world, Gemini. You know, play with the universe. Say, give me a sign. You might see angel numbers. You might, somebody might come to you and tell you a story that totally ties into the message of this reading. You never know. The universe will, if you ask, the universe will show you. They want your faith. They want you to align with your path. And a higher spiritual connection and a higher vibration is important for that. This card is a reminder to stay focused on the goal and to continually apply the required self-discipline. It will all be worth it in the end. That is incredibly beautiful. That was such a wonderful reading, such a wonderful message, Gemini. I wish you the best of luck healing from this. I went through something very similar, so I wish I could give you one big hug. If any of this resonated with you, please like and share and subscribe. I am very new. I'm a very small channel, so any subscription is such a big deal, and it makes me just so grateful and excited for what the future's going to hold for me in this path. So if this resonated, please like or share or subscribe. I also do personal readings, and the link for that will be in the bio. And I just wish you the best of luck on your healing journey, Gemini. And I hope you have a great month.